Hello and welcome to Crypto Bible News. My name is Elroy Welsh and I'll be delivering your news today. Now, we've got a really interesting story looking at the Reserve Bank of India's call for a ban on cryptocurrency. Now, before we get into the story, please just drop me an early like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other videos from us. All right, let's get into the story then. So basically, on this story, we've got cryptocurrencies akin to Ponzi schemes, and RBI deputy governor calls for an outright ban on crypto. So, RBI deputy governor Rabi Sankar said that cryptocurrencies have specifically been developed to bypass the regulated financial system, and it is akin or even worse than Ponzi schemes. Now, first of all, I want to know what you guys think about that, because he's saying that it's actually similar or worse to Ponzi schemes. And we know that Ponzi schemes are like the lowest of the low. Now let's read on. So, Reserve Bank of India, RBI, Deputy Governor Rabi Sankar on Monday called for an outright ban on cryptocurrencies in the country. There are strong reasons to keep cryptocurrencies away from the formal financial system, the RBI deputy governor said. They threaten the financial sovereignty of a country and make it susceptible to tragic manipulation by private corporates creating these currencies or governments that control them. All these factors lead to the conclusion that banning cryptocurrency is perhaps the most advisable choice open to India. So he's basically saying that he really thinks that the best option, the complete best option, is just a complete ban on them. Not that they're regulated, not that people should get into them and do their own research and things like that. He wants a complete ban on these cryptocurrencies. Let's go on. He further said that cryptocurrencies have specifically been developed to bypass the regulated financial system, and it is akin or even worse than the Ponzi scheme. So that's what we heard at the start before. He thinks that they're worse than the Ponzi schemes, which, you know, we're not here to give financial advice, but I mean, I feel like that's pretty low. That's very, very low. Cryptocurrencies are not amenable to definition as a currency, asset, or commodity. They have no underlying cash flows. They have no intrinsic value. That they are akin to Ponzi schemes and may even be worse, Sankar said, while addressing an event organized by the Indian Banks Association. So here he's just saying that literally they have no value whatsoever. And we know that, you know, some of these meme coins have no value whatsoever. You know, it's just mainly like an agreed upon thing that a coin like perhaps, I don't know, Dogecoin or something like that has some value to some certain people. But, you know, people are in there and a lot of people know that if they purchase these coins, then other people purchase them. That's how they're going to go up. There's no real value of exchanging it against anything else. It's just hoping for other people to get on top. So I could kind of see what he means when he's saying the Ponzi schemes, if he's looking at specific projects like the meme tokens and stuff like that. But then looking at projects that actually have use behind it, it's a bit harder to say that they're Ponzi schemes, because there's a lot of people who have built their companies and their reputations around these cryptocurrencies. But again, here at Crypto Bible, we're not here to give you financial advice. We're just here to, you know, bring you some of these news stories and have a better look into them. So let's carry on. So a Ponzi scheme is a form of fraud that lures investors and pays profits to early investors with funds from new investors. It has little or no legitimate earnings. So if you didn't know what Ponzi scheme is, now you know. It's something, it's like a fraudulent scheme that's trying to suck people in. And you know, the first people who come in, they kind of benefit from it for a bit, and then they try and get other people into it. And then when those other people come in now, then they're the ones who kind of lose out in the end. But he's actually saying that cryptocurrencies are pretty much on the same level or completely worse than that. And that's, I know for the crypto community, that's a bit hard to hear, because people are going into cryptocurrencies trying to make money, like trying to make a living, trying to trade off of it and stuff like that, trying to change their life with this. They're not looking at it as some kind of scheme, some kind of fraudulent scheme. They're looking at it as something that they can make some money. So treat cryptocurrencies with caution. Sankar further said, we have seen that crypto technology is underpinned by the philosophy to evade government controls. Cryptocurrencies have specifically been developed to bypass the regulated financial system. These should be reason enough to treat them with caution. So he's just saying on the basis that they're going around the government, around the usual normal financial system, that they should be treated with caution, and he just wants them completely banned. He's just saying that that's the best thing to do, a complete ban on them, so no one bothers to get into them or uses them. That's what he wants in India. All right, going on. He has further added that RBI has examined the arguments preferred by those advocating that cryptocurrencies should be regulated and found that none of them stand up to basic scrutiny. So he is basically saying that even though there's people who are saying at least let's have cryptocurrencies regulated, let's have a look at how we can make these safer and have some governing bodies of like looking over these things so that people are not scammed and don't lose their money. He's saying he can't even see like the basic arguments for that making sense. He just thinks that it should completely be banned. So going back to the story, illicit transactions involving cryptocurrencies totaled 14 million in 2021, Sankar said while citing the Wall Street Journal report. There are about 15 million to 20 million cryptocurrency investors in India, with total holdings of about 400 billion rupees, as per industry estimates. The RBI says the average holding continues to be small at only 1,566 rupees, which means that wealth loss, if it is a possibility, is likely to only affect a small fraction of these investors. Now, those numbers are quite interesting, actually, when you look at them. So you're saying that here in the article, they're saying that there's about 15 million to 20 million cryptocurrencies investors, and they're holding about a total of 400 billion rupees. But the average holding is so much smaller, as in 1,566 rupees, which means, like if that's the average, obviously you've got people investing a lot higher and you've got people investing lower, but around 1,566 rupees would be like the normal loss. So when they say don't invest what you can't afford to lose, that 1,500 shouldn't really be too much of depending on how much people are earning, it shouldn't be too much of what they can afford to lose. So he's saying that even though that the possibilities of loss shouldn't be that big, it's just a small fraction of the investors, he's still calling for a complete ban of cryptocurrencies, saying that they're basically worthless, saying that they have no intrinsic value, that they should just completely be banned. Anyway, last little bit here. The RBI chief has last week delivered stark warning against investing in cryptocurrencies, saying they lack the underlying value of even a tulip, in a reference to a speculative bubble that gripped the Netherlands in the 17th century. So in that last little bit, he really does not like cryptocurrencies. He's really saying that, right, these cryptocurrencies have absolutely no value, not even the value of a tulip. Now that's interesting. That's very interesting. Now, I hope you like that story, and make sure you leave your comments below. So we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear what you think about this story. If you think, what the RBI deputy chief has said is actually, something that you agree with, or that it's not. I know a lot of us here at Crypto Bible are not necessarily going to say that there's no value in cryptocurrencies, okay? But it's for your own decision. Just leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel, drop us a like, and hit the notification bell to make sure that you don't miss any other videos from us. But I thought that story was really interesting, and just stay tuned and we will bring you some more. Thank you very much and have a good day.